Tonight at 9, a biker killed overnight involving a D.C. police cruiser. What authorities say happened early this morning at one intersection, plus the scene left behind.
Thank you. I saw a lot there, and it was really heartbreaking.
A helping hand. Why one Maryland girl is gathering presents for strangers after a very difficult family scenario upended her own life. How she's giving back at home. And Small Business Saturday in the DMV, the event that's propping up black-owned businesses and artists.
And temperatures were nearly 10 degrees below the average for this time of year. Continue into this week, I'll have more details coming up in your forecast.
Plus the holiday savings from getting thrifty for gifts to finding a payment plan that suits you. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight in the district. Police say that they are investigating a deadly crash involving one of their cruisers in Northwest. Officials say a police officer in an unmarked car was driving along Columbia Road near the intersection of 13th Street around 4:20 this morning. That's when a motorcyclist hit the side of that vehicle. The person driving the bike later died at the scene. Police are still reviewing nearby surveillance video of the crash. In the meantime, the officer involved has been put on administrative leave, according to police policy. In Virginia, 2 people are in the hospital tonight after this crash in Arlington County. Officials responded at I-395 near exit 8C in Pentagon City around 6 o'clock. One victim, we're told, in critical condition. The other victim with non-life-threatening injuries. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. And back in D.C., Fire and EMS says that 2 people and a cat are without a home tonight after this apartment fire in Southeast. Officials responded to South Capitol Street near Halley Place early this morning. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. The Red Cross is, however, helping those people who were impacted by the fire. In Maryland, police in Prince George's County are investigating after a man was shot and killed overnight. Officials were sent to Lotsford Court in Upper Marlboro around 12:45 this morning. This is near the Capitol Beltway. On site, they found a man who was shot. He did later die on scene. If you have any information, you're asked to call police. Well, over in St. Mary's County, the sheriff's office says that a man is now facing murder charges in connection to a home invasion yesterday in Great Mills. Officials responded to a home on Military Lane after a victim told them a man was trying to enter his home. On scene, Robert Hyatt Jr. surrendered to deputies. He was found carrying a handgun, brass knuckles, and a large knife. He was also wearing body armor. The victim was found on the home's balcony with a cut to his head. He was also shot in the shoulder. The victim was sent to the hospital for his injuries. No word on his condition at this hour. Meantime, Hyatt Jr. faces 10 charges, including attempted first-degree murder and first-degree assault. All right, while holiday shoppers are looking to cash in on the sales for gifts this season, one young Montgomery County girl is among those in the crowd. But as DC News Now's Dave Laval reports, she's not shopping for herself.
I saw a lot there, and it was really heartbreaking.
Annabelle Lee is only 12 years old, yet her spirit of giving goes way beyond her age, especially this time of year.
Merry Christmas!
Lee hosted her annual toy drive at Big Lots in Montgomery Village. She's collecting new toys for children in need around Montgomery County, especially at the Crisis Center.
I saw how they had used and broken and not fully put together toys, and I felt that they should have something better than that.
Lee spent some time there following the death of her father in a 2016 motorcycle crash. He died shortly after deputies returned Annabelle to him when they tracked her to Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, you are cold.
Annabelle's mother, according to investigators, took her there during a custody dispute. Annabelle stayed at the center while she waited to be adopted by her paternal grandmother.
Merry Christmas!
Lee organized her first toy drive in 2019. She's had plenty of help since then, including those at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. One of the deputies who helped her was a good friend of her father's. The agency has since become a second family to her.
She has a special place within the Sheriff's Office for sure.
Annabelle's efforts filled 2 U-Haul trucks like this last year. She and her elves have no doubt they'll do the same this year. The 6th year of the drive has Annabelle showing no signs of slowing down her efforts.
The most rewarding thing is that I could bring joy to the world where there's so little.
In Montgomery Village, Maryland, Dave Laval.
Thank you.
DC News Now.
Joy to the world right now during the holiday season. Sounds great. Thanks, Dave. Annabelle tells us that she will collect more new toys at the Big Lots in Montgomery Village tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. She'll also be there next weekend. Way to go, Annabelle. All right, time is 9:05. Over to meteorologist Derek Bowen. He is in for Scott Sumner. All right, we teased it at the top. At least for me, it's an unfortunate cold outlook.
It does look a very chilly indeed as we go into the 1st of December. Indeed, at least for the first half of the month, at least, it looks like it's going to be relatively cooler than average. But longer trends are showing a bit more of a warming trend as we head later on further into the month and into January. So when we may see temperatures start to rise a bit above the average as we head into the latter months of the winter season. But as we start out, we're looking at those temperatures today well below the average. Unfortunately, we don't have any wintry weather to go along with it. It's just darn right cold out and about the area. Seeing some clouds here and there. Looks like things are trying to clear itself out. But as we head into this late hour, we do have some looming clouds to the west that may come over us as we head overnight. That may keep us a little bit warmer, but for areas that see a little bit lesser of those clouds, especially across the valleys and mountains to the west, they could see temperatures dropping down into the teens overnight tonight, going into their day tomorrow, starting off to be a very chilly Sunday on tap. We're looking at those winds calming down a little bit, still seeing, of course, those winds very strong back off towards the west into the high mountains of the Alleghenies, anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour plus, give or take. But nonetheless, here in Washington, inside the Beltway, we're looking at wind gusts at around 7 miles per hour.
All right, Derek, tonight, DC's World Central Kitchen says that their workers were killed in an Israeli airstrike in Gaza. You can see that vehicle the charity workers were in here, as well as items that were recovered. World Central Kitchen says it is, quote, urgently seeking more details after Israel's military alleged it targeted a World Central Kitchen worker who had been part of the Hamas attack that sparked the war. The charity says it's heartbroken and says it has no knowledge anybody in the car had alleged ties to the October 7th attack. 7 kitchen members were killed in an Israeli strike earlier this year. The group says it is now pausing operations in Gaza. All right, tributes continue to pour in for the Virginia pilot who died in a plane crash Sunday in upstate New York. Suk Kim lived in Springfield and was piloting a small plane to help move 3 rescued dogs from Maryland to Albany. He and one of the dogs died in the crash. Another dog rescued with 2 broken legs. The third remains missing. Kim's beloved family says that he was a husband and father of 3, including his 16-year-old daughter, Leah.
So happy that he was able to help these animals, and it was something that he just couldn't stop doing. He would make several of these flights and flights of these nature a week. Every time an opportunity arose for him to be there, he would be the first one on it.
An animal hospital in Connecticut where the injured puppy was treated says that he had a successful surgery to repair his 2 broken legs. All right, Virginia has seen a significant drop in the number of people dying of a fentanyl overdose, and lawmakers are pointing to strides that they say drove down those stats. The CDC shows from last June to this year, Virginia saw a 23% drop in overdose deaths, and the governor, as well as lawmakers, point to the availability of Narcan, that opioid antidote, as well as some public awareness campaigns about the dangers of fentanyl. But despite the many lives saved, there were still 2,000 people who died of an overdose.
Work doesn't stop today, but it in fact means it's time to redouble our efforts. Because what we have demonstrated is that what we are doing works. We just need to do even more.
The CDC says the state with the largest decrease was North Carolina. All right, back in D.C., City Council is advancing an $800 million plan to buy Capital One Arena. Monumental Sports currently owns the arena, home to the Caps and Wizards. Monumental's owner, Ted Leonsis, is posting on social media saying the council voted to approve the measure in a hearing this week. More than $500 million will come from D.C. taxpayers, with Monumental footing a smaller portion, $200 million. Some of the funding will also go toward revitalizing Gallery Place and Chinatown. And in his post, Leonsis writing in part, quote, "We're grateful to the D.C. Council for their support of our plan to deliver a best-in-class destination for fans, athletes, employees in our community at a brand new Capital One Arena. Well, of course, it is Small Business Saturday, and some local vendors in D.C. had their own time to shine at the Small Business Saturday Black Market Creatives Showcase. That event highlighted local Black-owned businesses, artists, entrepreneurs at the Anacostia Arts Center in Southeast. One of the organizers told us that the showcase hopes to bring out young people in the community and the ability to express themselves.
Important to just expose our community and young people, anybody really, that the opportunities are out here for you to be able to set up a business, present your art and what you're doing. It's spaces for that, so that's the goal.
Organizers say since 2016, over 100 local Black creatives have used the Small Business Saturday event to showcase their talents. All right, one of the best parts of Thanksgiving are those leftovers. And if you happen to fly back home and you still want to enjoy them, you can take them with you. Just make sure that you pack them properly. TSA is reminding folks some things that go in your carry-on and some things that need to be checked. All right, here's the breakdown. Baked goods, meats, casseroles, fresh produce, and spices can go on the plane with you, but canned goods like cranberry sauce and gravy should be in your checked baggage. A good way to remember this, if it's solid, you can carry it with you. If it's liquid, check it.